religion is a snare. Let me tell you how easy life should be, right? Everyone should love everyone. Everyone should accept everyone, right? Imagine that. Imagine everyone getting along with everyone and seeing the good in everyone, right? Unfortunately, that's not the reality of life. That doesn't happen. Because when you throw religion in the mix, then you have this divination, right? It's called divisions. Oh, if you're not part of my religion, I don't like you. I don't want to talk to you. If you don't believe in what I believe in, I don't want to talk to you. I want nothing to do with you at all. Now, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, right, or a part of any cult, right, but especially Jehovah's Witness, how is that loving? Didn't Jesus love everyone? Didn't he accept everyone, right? So if you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this, ask yourself, how is that loving that you only choose to love your own people, only Jehovah's Witnesses, and you shun everyone else? Anyone who's not a Jehovah's Witness, you don't love them, right? Me personally, this is how I view life. Since I left the Jehovah's Witness organization, this is how I started to see things, right? And this is how I now view life. I accept everyone. I love everyone, right? I don't care if they're homosexual, if they're heterosexual, if they're straight, if they're atheist, Catholic, Baptist, Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventist. I don't care. I don't care. As long as you're a human being, you're a good-hearted person, I have love for you. And I'm so thankful that I was able to break away free from that Jehovah's Witness indoctrination, right? Because Jehovah's Witnesses are taught to love only their own kind. That's the exact opposite of Jesus. And witnesses have to remember that Jesus ate with tax collectors. He rubbed the feet of prostitutes. Jesus healed people that weren't followers of him, that wasn't followers of Christ, right? He healed people that didn't follow him. He accepted everyone. So Jehovah's Witnesses, why are you pick and choosing who to love and who to not love? When in reality, you should be loving everyone. You should be mimicking your Savior, Jesus Christ. Now, your governing body leaders, Jehovah's Witnesses, your governing body leaders, they're telling you to shun the worldly people, people who aren't witnesses. They're telling you to have nothing to do with them. The Bible clearly tells you not to listen to men. It says that. The book of John encourages people. Jesus said this in the book of John, I believe it's John 4:16. But Jesus said that I am the way, the truth, and the light. No one can come to the Father except through me, right? He said this in the book of John. Nowhere in the Bible you're going to see the words governing body. You don't see that in the Bible. You know why? Because they are self-appointed men. They came to you and said, hey, we speak to Jehovah. We are Jehovah's spokesmen, right? And unfortunately, sadly, millions of Jehovah's Witnesses have devoted their lives to serving men, to serving these 9 men that claim that they serve God, when in reality they don't. They don't. Now, in a few of my other videos, I mentioned how the governing body leaders, they're not even inspired by God. That's the sad part. The 2017 February Watchtower article, paragraph 12, right? 2017 article, Watchtower article, paragraph 12, clearly states that the governing body leaders are not even inspired by God, and that they are infallible, which means that they're imperfect. Which means that they get it wrong. So if they can get it wrong, if you're a witness watching this, ask yourself, if the governing bodies can and have in the past, if they can get it wrong, how is it that we are not allowed to question them. If their Watchtower, the Watchtower article clearly states that they're not even inspired by God and they infallible, which means that they can get it wrong, how come you can't question that? You have to wait until they say, oh, we made a mistake. Sorry, we have quote unquote new lights. We have new lights. You have to wait until they say that we have new light for you witnesses to start asking questions. They are just regular men. They're just regular men. And if you're a witness watching this, the fact that they even mentioned in an article that they're not even inspired by God, that should be a wake-up call for you. Because when you think about it, if they're not inspired by God, then that means that everything that they're producing, all the literature, everything on jw.org, is all man-made, right? Because they're not inspired by God, so that means it's just man-made. They're coming up with their own product. Which means that you witnesses, in reality, you're doing, it's idolatry. It's idolatry. Because you're serving men. You're not serving God. If these governing body leaders say in their own literature, once again, that they're not inspired by God, then that means that you're serving men. They're not getting the information from God. They're getting their information from themselves. That's like me coming up with my own religion, right? That's like me coming up with my own religion. I'm telling everybody, I have the truth. I have my own brand, my own religion. I have the truth, right? But I'm also telling people, oh, by the way, I'm not inspired by God. Everything I'm telling you, it's not by God. It's from me. Just me. I'm a mere man. It's just from me, right? So witnesses, use your common sense. Use your common sense. If it says they're not inspired by God in their own Watchtower article, then you're serving men. No matter how you slice this pie, you're serving men. You're not serving God. This religion has nothing to do with God, right? Sorry, it has nothing to do with God, right? And that is one way I was able to wake up. Because I realized I'm not serving men. My obedience is with men. I'm sorry, I said that I realized that my obedience, it's not with God in this religion, right? It was supposed to be with God. When I tried to come back, and these men showed me who they really were, my obedience, I had to show my obedience to mere men, right? So God knew my heart. He knew my heart, but at the end of the day, I had to show my obedience. I had to prove myself to men. And that is one thing that has helped woke me up personally. But you witnesses, you Jehovah's Witnesses, a lot of your teaching, when you think about it, it contradicts the Bible. Big time. Big time. Because at the end of the day, God is love. And you witnesses, a lot of you witnesses know deep down the fellowshipping, the whole shunning policy, the fellowshipping, that has nothing to do with God. You can't even find the word disfellowship in the Bible. The no blood doctrine. Thousands and thousands of people, especially young ones, young kids, had died in vain for nothing over a non-biblical no blood policy. You witnesses know. I'm happy and I'm thankful that I'm on the outside. I'm able to say this, right? But you witnesses know that in your congregation, in every congregation I've been to, and I've been in a lot of congregations, but you know damn well there's a lot of gossipers in your congregation. You know damn well that you as a person, you don't necessarily love everyone in your congregation. That's a fact. I personally experienced that in multiple congregations that I've been in, right? Where the love really wasn't there. It wasn't there. So here I am as a whistleblower, right? As a quote unquote apostate. I'm encouraging you to do something different. To do something a bit unorthodox, right? I'm encouraging you to do so. So the next time you go to your meeting, reach out to someone in need. Reach out to someone who's either elderly or someone who you can tell that doesn't have a lot of friends, someone who's quiet, or someone who's a bit introverted, right? Reach out to them and make that difference. Because when I was in an organization, I did that. Because I realized that there's so many cliques, there's so many witnesses out there that put on the front, they pretend like they're all lovely, dovely with everybody. When in reality, we all know the elders' wives hang out with the elders' wives, the pioneers hang out with the pioneers, the auxiliary pioneers hang out with the auxiliary pioneers, the single sisters hang out with the single sisters, and so forth and so forth. It's all clique-ish, right? You don't show love to everyone. You only show love to your own small group of friends in your congregation, right? So I encourage you to do something different. And this is coming from, I'm trying to mimic Jesus in this sense. Because Jesus showed love to everyone, right? Witnesses, Jehovah's Witnesses, don't show love to everyone. And I've been in both the organization and outside the organization, and I can honestly say that the love outside the organization is beyond real. The love inside the organization is conditional, is fake. And I think deep down inside, every witness knows this. Because the minute you start to have doubts and questions, too many questions, you start asking too many questions and you have doubts, bye-bye, you're done. You're done. People will drop you like a hot potato, right? There is no true love in this organization, which is why I say that religion is a snare. Because if you take away religion, let's say that there was no religion on this earth, right? And if everyone just saw the good in everyone, like how it should be, right? If everyone just saw the good in everyone, despite their religious beliefs, this world would be a much better place, because that's how I live my life. I stopped caring about how, if people are atheists, or if they're religious, if they're spiritual, if they're homosexual, if they're straight. I stopped caring about that. I just see people for who they are. I look for the heart condition. And I'm thankful that I was able to do that, because I met so many real, like genuinely true, real people. People that are real. People that just have really good hearts, right? Outside the Jehovah's Witness organization, outside. Hence why I say I would never go back to that organization. I can never go back. Because once you see something that's real, right, which is outside the religion, once you see that, you can't go back. Because I already know that everything inside the religion is fake. The fact that you can't even, like I said before, the fact that you can't even ask questions. You can't even tell people how you really feel. If you have doubts, you can't tell your friends in the Jehovah's Witness organization that you have doubts. Because those people will drop you, like I said, like a hot potato. They will shun you. So if you can't be your true, authentic self around people, then you are around the wrong people. It's that plain and simple. If you can't be your real self around people, you are around the wrong people. And keep it moving. It's time to meet, some real new people. It's time to meet people who's gonna love you and accept you for who you are. So that's why I say religion is a snare. It's a snare. Especially this Jehovah's Witness cult. It's a cult. Because you're taught to put all your faith and trust in men, which the Bible goes against, by the way. The Bible strongly, it goes against that. Because once you put your faith and trust in men, guess what? You are now serving men. You're now performing idolatry. You're not serving God, you're serving men, right? And these men say that, we get this information from God, right? They say this. But like I said, the February 2017 Watchtower article, paragraph 12, clearly states that these men are not inspired by God, and that they are infallible, they are prone to make mistakes. So if you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this, ask yourself, why are you still in the religion if these 9 members that are dictating your entire life, they're telling you what to do, what not to do, who to talk to, how to dress, how to talk. They're dictating your entire life, and they are not even inspired by God. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I just want to encourage everyone who's watching this video just broaden your horizons. Learn to love everyone. There's so many good people outside the religion, right? And I'm thankful that I was able to meet heaps of them. There's so many. I met people that had better hearts outside the religion than those who are witnesses. Open your horizon, open your mind, open your heart. Mimic Jesus and not these 9 men that are telling you to limit who you love. Because remember, Jesus loved everyone. He healed everyone, right? If he could eat with tax collectors and prostitutes, then that should tell you everything that you need to know. At the end of the day, love people, accept people for who they are. And you know what? Let God do the judging. Because witnesses, you guys judge a lot, right? You judge a lot. You gossip and judge. Leave it up to God. Love and accept everyone, right? Everyone. And leave the judging to God. All right? I'm going to end this video on that note. I love you guys, and I'll see you later.